I'm just going to blabber on again, and hopefully we can kind of work through like what's going on here, because what you think is going on isn't actually going on, okay? You're undergoing military grade psychological torture that pulls apart your ego. Your ego, that ego thing that you think you're not, okay? You're not that person that you think you are. And until this process is done, I can't go home. I can't, because you're animals. And you'll just get everybody killed. Because there's good people in the world. Absolutely. I believe it. There's good people in the world. They are the ones that haven't been around us. Okay? And I can't... So look at the way people are acting when I have nothing. Okay? There's nothing to take. Okay? So imagine how people would act if I lived in a giant mansion. Okay? Just fucking imagine. Oh, like it would be so bad. So what you're going through is military grade psychological warfare. You thought you were psychologically warfaring me? I don't fucking think so. I'm psychologically warfaring you. I'm taking apart your ego and I'm putting you where you belong because you don't understand where you belong. I know they're all laughing. No, because it's like everyone's so like, oh my gosh, like all like the shame and stuff like that. Yes, you feel your shame. Okay, you feel your shame, but we need to get through this. Okay, we need to go from point A to point B. You feel your shame. And, you know, there's like some things that are just like, so because we're in the AI program, we're being forced to say things, we're being forced to do things that we actually can't do. So it makes it really hard to determine what other people are doing or saying that isn't them, right? But I'm God, I know, right? Okay, so you know. Yeah, I know. Last night, like Scott was hearing things and Mark was just like, literally, just no, just wait and just see, because like Mark like, so Mark works for the government, right? Oh, should I not say that? We'll see where this goes. Mark works for the government, so he knows how they operate and all that kind of stuff, right? And so he's hearing the things that they did to me, and right, like I mentioned it before, crying, bawling his eyes out, and then he tells me, and I'm just like, no, that's not what happened, right? And so like now everyone's starting to see where this is going. Psychological torture. I'm ripping apart your ego and I'm putting you in your proper place because you don't understand. You don't understand, so I'm trying to show you. God, G-O-D, God, not someone I can steal from, some person I can pick apart their appearance, some person I can humiliate. No, God, okay? So you fucking get it, because you're not getting it. Not getting it. Okay. So I'm just sitting here this morning and I'm talking to Scott, and I guess because of what happened, right? Like they were taking money from him, or he had to pay money to take care of me. And I don't know, like this weird thing kept happening with my memories where I'd have a conversation with someone and I would just like forget that we were having sex, or I just forget that I had a whole bunch of babies with Scott, right? So like they didn't know that Scott and like some of them didn't know that Scott and I were having sex and having babies and stuff like that, right? I know, it's a big fucking joke. Big fucking joke. You're not seeing it. But anyway, so I'm at the table and I'm just like, oh, like this life is so bad. It's like every single person, like it's a transaction. Like it's a transaction to, you want to look at me? Pay me money. You want to hang out with me? Pay me money. You want to, and like, that's not who we are, right? Like we go around and help people. So we're going around and helping people and they're like expecting money from us. They're expecting something from us. And it's just like, what an awful life you must live where no one actually loves you. Every single thing is a transaction. You have to pay someone. But like, you know, like I hear some of these stories, like, I guess because of what was going on, people hear things and they think something different. So I hear these stories of guys going out and dating, and these girls want money to look at them, or they want money to like hang out with them. And I'm like, what an awful life. Like, so even if you did pay money, you know that person doesn't like you because you paid money to be there. Do you understand? And I'm just sitting there and I'm like, oh, what an awful life. And he's telling me about things that happened at the office, right? And he's like, there were people screaming at you sometimes, and you couldn't see it because of the AI program. I'm just sitting there and I'm just like, I think you're mixing it up. Like, I don't think that would happen because I'm not that calm. Like, I'm not that calm where someone can just scream at me. He's like, no, they were screaming at you. And I'm like, okay, was that person dead? Like, was it just part of the AI program? Because I'm not that calm, you know? So, like, what was going on there? Trying to just, like, figure out what was going on. Like, or maybe that person actually wasn't, because maybe they're in an AI program. Maybe they actually weren't screaming at me. They were being forced to. But the problems arise when other people see that and they think something different. They think I'm being, like, I'm a punching bag or something. And that's not what was happening. But the way I feel kind of tells you. Because, like Scott was saying, like, oh yeah, people would be screaming at you, and it would just sort of make it worse because you just weren't reacting. Like, you were just, like, as if you're having a normal conversation. And so I'm like, some things are getting mistranslated because I'm just like, well, everybody is hostile towards me, like, on earth. Like, my whole life, people have been hostile. The look of me, they go fucking bananas. So I'm used to it. Like, so sometimes maybe it might not register that they're screaming at me because I just think that's how you communicate. And, like, growing up, like, sometimes in like our house, that's just how we communicated. Like, if I went, like, it wouldn't register as an issue. So, like, something was happening, but the bad thing is people seeing it and they're misinterpreting it. And so we're talking and, like, we're going through stuff, and, like, everything was a setup, right? Like, the office we worked at, they were they were all, like, government agents. And if they weren't government agents, they were informants. So, like, we're going through it and we're like, every single person was a government. And then Scott's like, I'm just going through, and, like, our friends, like, sometimes they would say something and I was kind of like, well, were they actually joking? Like, oh, like, you know, like, we would go around and, like, help people, like, with their business, whatever. Not really, like, help, like, just hanging out and shooting, like, ideas that, like, you know, like exchanging information. And then, like, here's an example, like, someone would tell Scott, like, oh, you should do this with your business or whatever. And then Scott, like, you know, really, it's just like, I'm not going to do that, but I'll just be polite, and I'll just be like, oh yeah, that's a really good idea. And then the guy would just be like, oh, you should pay me $1,000 for that idea. Do you see? And it's like, but, like, and then they said, like, were you actually joking? And so we're just going through our life, and, like, how much of it, like is miscommunication, like, because, like, we thought that you had a couple brain cells, but you don't. Like, you're just literally retarded. So it's like, how much of it? And then I'm going through and I'm like, oh, I had this one friend, and I don't know, like, she would just always, like, mention prices of things. And then I'm thinking, like, did she, I don't know, like, because human males are, like, super retarded. So, like, I'm like, did she think that we were in a relationship and I had to pay her? Like, now I'm going through my whole life, like, just being like, what the fuck even is this? Like, you know, it makes you question everything. Like, what is sad life? What is sad life that, like, you have to, like, everything's a fucking transaction, you know? Like, no one really loves you. They just want sex, and then they want sex with that person, and then it's a transaction, and like, who? Ooh, I feel sorry for you that's your life. I never had to experience that, because in my life, people who thought that they were doing that to me, they thought that that wasn't the case, that's not what was actually happening. Like someone screaming at me, like at the top of my lungs, they would just die, okay? Because of who I am, because I'm holy, drop dead. So they wouldn't be screaming at me. So something happened, okay? Okay, so there's that. Everyone was agents and all that stuff. So someone told us, and people are afraid to tell us, but some things are really bad that happened, but most of it is kind of misinterpretation, for things. And so, they were telling us, okay, so the whole office we were at was just a hoax. It was just a setup of agents, right? And so they were telling people, for some reason, that, okay, Scott's someone important, I'm someone important, whatever, we have a trust fund. I don't really know exactly what they were telling people, but something along the lines of we have a lot of money, right? And so they were telling people okay, so we have this plan, we're gonna kill her, and we're gonna give the position to other people, and then you can you might be able to get the position, or you might be able to get money. That's what they're framing it as, right? So these people, I don't know if it's even real anymore, because everything is a setup, I don't know, but some of them actually thought that they could take our position. They actually thought that was happening, right? Do you see? It's kind of like an ego trap. It's you think you're someone, let me show you who you are, because you don't know. You think you're this person, let me show you who you are, because you don't know. So they're misinterpreting all this stuff, whatever, right? Oh, yeah, that's so funny. The Scott thing, I guess, after, so they showed me something that wasn't real. Scott was saying he wanted to marry his fake girlfriend, and that can't happen, right? But I'm just okay, I'm gonna go, I'm gonna switch offices. And then people started a rumor oh, nobody wants her, she can't keep a man, all these guys keep leaving her. And it's do you know who I am? I'm God. What the fuck are you even talking about? You are a retard. But it doesn't, I don't have to inflict anything. I don't have to go after that person, because guess what? They'll drop dead. You can't talk to God like that. You can't talk about God like that. So all these people, all the males going around, the males get so mad at that stuff, because you know why? It gets people killed. You can't talk about me like that, you will die. If someone else hears you talking about me like that and they try it, they're going to die. So it's bad, but for a different reason, right? But me personally, I don't give a fuck. You know why? They're going to die. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter that you think it doesn't matter, because you're going to die, or you're already dead. It's one or the other. You know what I mean? It's I don't have an ego in the same way you have an ego. You think you're some kind of wonderful, some kind of something, right? You look who I am. I don't walk around acting like that, do I? No. We have polite conversations. If you want to think something else, you're going to find out. You're going to find out who you are, because you don't know. So they're telling people oh, you're going to, whatever, he doesn't want her. So then all this rush of people, whatever with Scott. And female humans are super retarded. Retarded to the 10th degree, because they make stuff up. They'll see money and they'll just make up stories, or they'll just flat out lie. So they were in their head making up this story that Scott didn't want me anymore, and he actually wanted them, but they just had to wait until I died, and then they would be able to be together and have all this stuff. Like, and they just fabricated it in their own head. Like, Scott didn't talk to them. Like, maybe, like, polite at the office, but he never planned that. That wasn't something that happened. They see money and they fabricate fantasies. Like, weird things because you're a retard. Okay? Step by step. Psychological programming so that you can understand who you are and who I am and how to treat me because you don't know. Retard monkey. Okay? Oh yeah. I hope I remember at the end to talk about the babies because that's the biggest fucking joke ever. Okay, so where are we? So they all have this plan, right? Someone's going to take my place. You got to like vie for the person who's going to take my place when I die. Okay. So then they tell me that I was living in this house, right? So they brought me to this house, and I'm in a video game, so I couldn't see what the house actually looked like. Like, it wasn't like in the video game, like, it's not like a big job. Like, it was like maybe 600 square feet. It was like renovated. It was fine, you know, but it's not like a shithole in the video game. Like, it was just fine. Fine for me. This is where you want God to live? Okay, see what happens. That's where you want to force God to live? Okay, see what happens. But it turns out that house in real life that I couldn't see was a major shithole. Like, cockroaches crawling everywhere, like stains on the wall, like fucking disgusting. And, like, I'm hearing this, and I'm just like, you made me live there? You're going to die, you know? And I'm going to get something super big for it, because that's the way, because I'm holy. So if you do something to me, I get something for it, okay? Something done. I'm not like, I'm going on an ego trip. Yeah, okay. I'm saying I have no ego while going on an ego trip at the same time. You need to find out who I am because you don't know. You don't know. You're a fucking retard. So, so that's what the house actually looked like, right? But people didn't know that because all they heard was, "Ooh, I'm someone special, like someone with a big trust fund. I have a lot of money or something." So that's what they thought, and they were gonna kill me and take everything I have, right? It was their big plan. And everyone was making up fantasies about them taking my position because you're a fucking retard, okay? So then I find out that in that house, they killed me, okay? Killed me in that house. And they said that people went bananas. Like, they lost their minds. They were breaking into the house trying to steal things, but they broke into the house and it was a dump. It was a cockroach infested. Like, so people are going insane because they're like, where's all the good stuff that I was promised that belongs to me, but it never belonged to them because they're delusional. So they're breaking in, they were doing all this stuff, going fucking crazy, trying to get, where's the stuff? Where's the trust fund? Where's all that? And it's nowhere. You fucking retards, it's nowhere. I am who I am. Do you see the psychological conditioning that I'm putting you through? Okay? You are a fucking ugly monkey. You're not even close to me. To the point where it's beneath me to address it. Okay? Like, you're scum. And you're not getting it. Like, you're not. Okay? It doesn't matter if I've gained weight. Doesn't matter if what people are doing to me. Doesn't matter. You put me in a cockroach-infested house. Everyone wants a fucking piece of me. Everyone. It doesn't matter where you put me. You put me in a junk pile. Guess what? The entire fucking universe revolves around me. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that I gained weight. Doesn't matter that I lost weight. Doesn't matter that I have money. Doesn't matter that I don't have money. Doesn't matter. Everyone's gonna fucking want me. All the best males that you shouldn't even be attracted to, seriously, because you're a monkey. I have all of it. It's all mine. Doesn't matter, right? It doesn't change anything. Me being a cockroach-infested house doesn't change anything. Me gaining weight doesn't change anything. My hair being messy, not taken care of, doesn't change a single fucking thing. But guess what? Can you imagine if you lived in a cockroach-infested house? Can you imagine how people would treat you? Because you know, like, everything's a transaction, right? Everything in your world's a transaction. Can you imagine if you lived in a cockroach-infested house? What would happen to you? No one would speak to you. No one would want to be around you. None of the guys would want to even go near you because they want money, right? Do you see, fucking retard? Do you get it yet? Like, you need to understand. Yeah, they told me that they found out about California, who I am in California, and that's how they killed me, and they all went on this big spree, whatever. Okay? I'm not a victim. Some things that happened are so bad, but they're so bad, like, that you did that. Like, that people did that to God. And the things that are going to take place to you because you did that. And you thought you were better than God. Whoa. You know? 21 minutes. That's long. That's like the longest voice note ever. Where are we now? Okay, so we got there. Okay? So then they said I died, whatever. They paraded my naked body through the streets, whatever. All this time, they still saw me online, streaming on cam. I was still online on cam, streaming. But they're still partying in the streets as if I'm dead. They still see me on cam, streaming. Where's the money? No money. There's no money. So what happens? Then they find out, oh, look, I didn't die. I'm in a different house. Not in a mansion, because you're still retarded, but I'm in a different house because I can't die. You can't take my place. Yeah, like you, I know I'm not a female or a male, but you really don't know the females of our species. Like, it's like, I gave that example of dogs. Like, dogs when they go in heat, right? Like, it's just like flies to rice. Like, or whatever, white on rice. Like, you can't go to the dog, oh, that other dog is like a stripper on the internet. Like, the dog doesn't get it. Like what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, that other dog gained, like, what are you talking about? I'm horny. Like, that other dog it doesn't matter. But not only that, it's not like a dog talking to another dog. It's like a fucking, like, a rat talking to a dog, like, saying that stuff. Like, so that you get it, because you don't get it, that you're a retard. Like, this AI program, retard. Look at the big fucking cosmic joke in all this that you're fucking missing, okay? Your entire media is all fucking men. All males. All of it. There's, like, no females. They're either AI images or it's a male of our species pretending to be a girl. Like, so we can't do that. So it's like, I don't know what they did, but they took, like, our images and made them into girls or something, right? Like, so, like, all these celebrities in the media, you thought you had to look like, you know, these supermodel, hot, blonde, perfect face. You got to be, because that's how human males treat you, right? You got to be perfect all the time. That's what human males keep telling you. You got to be perfect to be loved. You got to be perfect to be respected. You got to look a certain way. You got to act a certain way. That's what all the males are telling you, right? And guess what? It's gay. Gay. That is gay. Your entire media is gay. It's all gay. Do you get it? It's like you get it. It's gay. They're your problems about getting good men, it's because they're all gay. Because your society turned them gay. All the fucking girls on your TV, first of all, they don't exist. So you're chasing, I don't know, monkeys thinking that, fantasizing delusions about marrying some rich supermodel. Well, first of all, the rich supermodel is a fucking boy. And second of all, the rich supermodel doesn't even exist. See, do you get this psychological conditioning that you're going through? Because I really don't think that you get it, right? You don't get it. This is all gay. Everything here is gay. It's head choppy for the gays. Head choppy. Take them out. You know why? You might say, oh, there's some that are nice. No. It's like a mental retardation that has to be extinguished, because this is what happens. Look at what your society is. This is what happens, right? They don't just be gay and leave everyone alone. They don't. They be gay, drag females through the mud, try and make the other males gay, try and take over the world even though they can't. They make everyone delusional because they're delusional. That's what gay is. It's gay. Talk about babies. You people making your designer babies the biggest fucking joke of life. Where am I at? 26 minutes. Biggest fucking joke of life. You're making designer Nephilim babies out of a quote-unquote anonymous donor that's actually one of... No. I don't know too much about our reproductive, organs and stuff like that. So if I don't, you don't. And, I'm not really going to tell you, but I'll tell you this. Scott told me this morning that the cum that they, swiped, after we were having sex, they, tried to steal it and do a whole bunch of stuff. They put it under a microscope. It's eggs. It's eggs. I told you it wasn't the right sex for you. Do you see the big fucking joke? You can't hurt me. You're hurting yourself and you're torturing your brain. It's mental torture. Hearing my voice, seeing my face, it's mental torture. But you don't care. Because you think you're hurting me. So you're getting satisfaction, but you're not. You're just not understanding what's taking place. Not understanding. Oh, yes, designer babies. Okay. So these quote-unquote Elon baby? No. So we don't even have to, because we're holy, we don't even have to inflict if you try and hurt us, I don't have to go out of my way to hurt you. It just happens. So you want to say things about me? It doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't have to do anything because something bad's going to happen to you. Okay? So it doesn't matter. So you think that you're taking our DNA, reproductive thing, and mixing it with a monkey. You're going to get what you deserve because our DNA doesn't mix with monkeys. It doesn't mix with your kind. You're not some part us. You're not. You're a monkey. It doesn't mix. So okay, so there's all these babies that are being born that they're saying are Nephilim babies, designer babies. Whose babies are they? It's a big cosmic joke because humans got this talking technology where they could talk everywhere, right? And they scammed a whole bunch of people. So they're really mad, right? These people that they scammed, they want to come here and hurt humans. They want to come here and hurt them because of what they scammed. And they know that they get reborn, right? They get reborn over and over and over again. So once you die, as long as you don't go against God, you get reborn, right? If you don't go against God, you get reborn. Yeah, I know. Any DNA, altering is an act against God. But it's an act against God, so you die, so you go into the underworld. You see that? It's an act against God, so you died, so you go into the underworld, where you get to see what happens, okay? So whose babies are you at? These people that you tried to scam. They want to come here, and that's their bright idea to come here, is to put themselves into your bodies. Surprise! Retard monkeys. Surprise, you're going to have retard monkey babies. It's not our babies. These people that you are saying you're having babies with, whatever, Blake Lively. I'm having a baby with Blake Lively. Blake Lively can't have babies. Blake Lively is a boy. It's a boy. I know you're a retard, but so you know, boys don't have babies. Boys don't come out. There's no babies. So whose baby? Yeah, I'm so mad at the one that keeps saying she has Elon's baby. Elon is not the right sex. He can't have a baby with you. And our genes don't mix because you're a retard monkey. Won't somebody put a stop to this? Won't somebody put a stop to this? No, you still think you're better than God? That's what you think? You're better than God that can't die, but you can die. You can die just fine. Okay? Okay, so we need to get closer so I can go fucking home because people are doing all this stuff, right? Trying to kill me when I live in a cockroach-infested house. Trying to kill me. What's going to happen when I go to my real house? We need to set this up so that people don't get hurt because I want to believe that there's still good people. There's people that are doing things against their will and they're not actually dead, and I don't want them to get hurt by this. Okay? That's like what I want. That's what I want. So we need to get there. We need to get there. Can't take. Like, doing anything for us. Like I keep telling you, doing anything for us. Like the smallest fucking thing. Like I was driving the other day and a guy flashed his headlights at me to like alert me there's a police officer ahead. And I'm just like, you don't know what you just did. Like, you don't know what's going to happen to you. Like, not something bad. You did the smallest thing. It took nothing. But you're, like, to help me. It took nothing. Something good's going to happen to you. And you don't know it. Like, it's so funny when it happens, though. Because, like, I never expect it. Because everyone's hostile to me, right? Like, everyone's hostile. So I don't remember all the details, but I was, like, going to the store. And, like, I needed something. Or it was something to do with customer service. And I was like, oh, like, I'm in this situation. And this girl is just like, oh, that's okay. I'll just do this for you. And I'm like, what? It's not a big issue? And you're not, and it's just like, no, I'll just do this for you. And I'm just sitting there, like, in shock. And she's like, why wouldn't I? And I'm just like, what? You know? It's just the smallest thing. Okay, yeah, so that you know, Blake Lively is all boy, not Argyle, all boy. The smallest thing. And I'm just like, wow. Like, I remember just thinking she doesn't know how much her life is about to change from that, you know? And just like the smallest thing to help us, like, it does so much. The smallest thing to hurt us does so much. And I don't have to inflict it. I don't have to be the devil and go and, no, it just happens on its own. Okay? So let's get closer to me being able to go home. Okay? I want to go home. There's not enough room here. I have so many guys in my house all the time. There's not enough room. I need to go. But I can't go there if you don't know who you are. You gotta know that you're a retard monkey. Stop hurting people. Okay?